I stay? Would it be a sin? Oh, if I can't help falling in love with you. Found the one. Tomorrow I can't help but run, never understanding what it wants. One moment it makes perfect sense, the next I'm standing on the fence. Don't know where it will take me next. I don't know what's happening to me. All I know is they wander free. Hearts are wild creatures. It's just in their nature.
Absolutely, absolutely. Are you guys in Nashville right now?
We are. We're in our kitchen.
It's raining outside, so we're ready to talk and play some music.
I know
Oh
we're
my
really
God.
our feels today, so we're in a good place.
That's great. That's
where are you
great.
located at?
In Miami, in South Florida.
Oh, so you probably have a little more sunshine than we do.
A little more sunshine, but you know what? I love the Music City, you know? So there's nothing to envy there. Love everything about Nashville. How's the weather? Is it cooling off a little bit?
Yeah, it's been, I feel like Nashville in the fall, winter time, it gets to be really rainy and just kind of cloudy and dreary. So I feel like that season has officially begun this week. So
It's not too cold though.
no, it's not too cold yet, just really rainy and dreary where you just want to cuddle up and watch a movie. And
That's nice. That's nice. Well, let me introduce you guys to my audience. Obviously, you know, Kendra and Krista, better known as Tigirlily, one of Nashville's hottest acts. You've released some great music this year, guys. I mean, Rest in Me, Intuition, which we'll talk about in a second. It just keeps getting better and better, guys. But so welcome to the show.
thank you.
Kendra, let me start with this. How's married life, right? Because your 1 year anniversary just came out,
Yes.
you know, part of it in a pandemic. How's it going?
You know, we've been together for almost 11 years. So our first year of marriage, with everything, you know, that has gone on this year, it was a little crazy, but it was the best year still. And we actually just went to Florida to celebrate our year anniversary.
very
So
nice.
the weather was beautiful, and yeah, it's been a great first year of marriage. So looking forward to many, many more to come.
Absolutely. I mean, you'll never forget the first one. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Great, great. So you guys are from North Dakota. Krista, what are some of your, you know, earliest music memories that you have in your household? Because you guys have been playing forever. But I'm curious, like, what's your first, you know, memory of you in the kitchen, you know, listening to Emmylou Harris or something? Like, what's those first memories?
I think so we're sisters. I think our earliest memory, I remember getting a pink guitar for Christmas when I was 10 years old. And this is probably not the first memory, and like a little notebook. And I remember coming upstairs one day and telling my mom, "Hey mom, I wrote a song today." And she was like, "What is this?" And I played it for her with my guitar and singing. And she's like, "I don't think this is normal for a 10-year-old to be coming up with songs like this." So I
Amazing.
think my earliest memories, I think it was just Kendra playing piano, taking piano lessons, us just always having music in the house. Yeah.
That's great. I hope you saved that piece of paper, Krista. You know, when you're in the Country Music Hall of Fame, right there down the road, it's gonna be like right there. You know, so for sure, make sure you save it. Of course. And you girls, you know, you grow up with music and you start singing in church in North Dakota. How was that experience like? When did you guys realize, you know, Kendra, when did you guys realize, man, we're actually good. Like we can do this for a living. Like we're not just, you know, we're above average.
Yeah, well, I mean, when Krista started writing songs so early on, we kind of were like, well, what do we do with this music that we have that, you know, we have, but no one else can really hear? And so at the ages of 14 and 16, we were like, let's actually, you know, start a band and start putting stuff on YouTube and, you know, performing basically locally anywhere we possibly could. And we just started like one by one building fans. And then when it was working and we were like, oh, we're getting paid to play music. Like, let's see how far we can take this. And honestly, I think just through years of work and practice and experience, like that has just been really what has made us able to do this as a career is the hard work. And there's definitely obviously natural talent there, but it's a lot of hard work and just
Oh yeah.
show after show after hour after song. So I definitely credit a lot of it to that.
Because I think there's so many talented people, but I think we found a way of presenting our music that works for us.
Totally.
And for us, it looked like a lot of YouTube, social media, and then hitting the road extremely hard.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys touched on that because obviously you guys started opening for Thompson Square, Love and Theft, Cat Perkins, all that good stuff. But YouTube, you guys hit it out of the park with YouTube, unbelievable, and with TikTok as well. And I mean, we're getting a little bit of this. You guys are so personable. You just ooze awesomeness. You just ooze cool, and it just comes right across. Trust me, I do this for a living. I'm not telling you guys this. You guys are like another level. No. I'm telling you, you guys are like super awesome the way you connect. What's you guys actually enjoy it. You can't fake it. Tell us a little bit about that experience with TikTok, with YouTube, with your fans, and how it's developed.
Well, yeah, being from North Dakota, we always knew that we needed to find a way to connect with people from all over the world because we were in a place where far away up by Canada. So we were like, how can we connect with people from all over the world? And so that's why we started YouTube, and we started putting covers up there. And we literally, just like this, we would sit in our kitchen and play covers, and people, I think, found some sort of like they could connect to just us relaxing, being in the kitchen, sister harmony. And then when we moved to Nashville, and a few months ago, actually, is really when we started TikTok. And it's been just such a great app for us to really like show our goofy personalities, because like I said, we're dorks, at the heart of it, and we love to just have fun and be funny. But we also we love music with such a deep passion, and we love to put our own spin on covers, and we love to share our original music and our story. And so I think just us being able to relax and share that with everyone and not put pressure on it is really what made that grow so fast. It was like, oh, y'all are just like sitting in your kitchen, no auto tune, like literally just us live playing like guitar.
This is who we are.
Guitar and 2 vocals.
Amazing.
This is the most honest version of ourselves. And if you like it, great. If you don't, we can't really change. So, and thankfully, like, people have super gravitated towards that. And that's been really cool for us to see, because honestly, even with this new music we've been writing and gearing towards, it's like we've thought about like, well, what if people really gravitated towards us lately? And it's like really at the root of it all, just the guitar and vocals and that really raw, honest sound. And so,
and we can always, dress it up, like have fun production and stuff. But I think at the heart of it, what makes Tigirlily is Kendra on lead vocal, me singing harmony, and just like this acoustic, real, authentic, kind of like country pop vibe.
Yeah.
100%. And you guys are such great songwriters. And with TikTok, like of course, Krista, like the way you did that random word generator game, that's pretty genius, guys. So like, just tell my audience that's confused in TikTok. I'm telling you, these guys, the talent on the TikTok, like you guys have games, random word generator, 3 words come out, they'll write a song for it in like 10 minutes. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. We did that as just like a fun thing because we've seen other people do it, but we ended up really writing the chorus, and we're like, wait, we really like this, because we had to use 2 random words. So I think we might have to
finish it.
If you follow, so our TikTok is under Tigirlily. If you go look at that random word generator song, well, we think we might have to finish it now, because we did end up liking it a lot.
Can you imagine CMA Awards 2023 singing that song?
From TikTok random word generator.
It'd be a great story. I would say that.
Absolutely. Oh my God. I love it. I want to ask you guys about your move to Nashville, because obviously Kendra just briefly touched on it, but you guys come from North Dakota. That's where, that's where you guys are from, your family, your church. That's when you went to college as well, a little bit. Tell us a little bit about moving to Nashville, as far as like actually living there and setting roots there. Was that hard, easy, or just fit it like a glove?
I mean, we definitely, like, it was always the goal for us to move to Nashville. So it wasn't scary for us when we did make that move. And we had done a lot of preparation up to the point of moving and played like so many shows. And we'd recorded a few projects in Nashville already. So we were kind of familiar with the city, and we always knew we wanted to get here eventually. And so when we made the move about 3 years ago, I don't think it was as scary as moving here alone, because we always have each other,
Nice.
which is the best part about, I think, being in a career together, is we always have each other for the highs and the lows, and we can always bounce stuff off of each other. Or if one of us is feeling uneasy about something, we can be like, do you feel this? You know, we always have each other to kind of bounce off of. And so when we moved, it was like, it's scary, but we have each other and we'll make it through together. And right away, you know, we kind of found a little community here in Nashville, and we both started at Belmont University.
Right.
Both graduated in May with our music business degree, so that was
Very
really
nice.
fun. We found that kind of community there, and then we just started literally writing and doing like every show we could when we first got here, just to start making connections. And you see, like, as you start working and making connections, like, this town is actually really small, and everyone kind of knows each other. And if you show up and you work hard and you know, give what you have to give, and you know, show your talent and present it well, like, people, it'll get around, and it just leads to more and more connections, which is really cool.
And it does take time. I
Yeah.
think that was the hardest part for us. It's like we were so used to going like 100% in North Dakota. We were, you know, doing shows every week. You know, we were selling a lot of tickets up there. So moving to Nashville is like a good stepping stone, but it was also, we kind of had to like start over a little bit with networking here. I mean, we still kept all of our supporters, thankfully, from the Midwest. They're super supportive of us, but it was like, okay, now it's like the next step, and now we need to figure out how to connect.
That's the big leagues, absolutely.
Yeah, in Nashville, because it's like everyone, you know, not a lot of people did music in North Dakota, so we were kind of, you know, big fish in a small pond there. But when we moved to Nashville, there's so many talented people here, and we just knew that we had to really like hone in our sound, develop what we really wanted to do as Tigirlily, and then go for it. I mean, in Nashville, it seems intimidating, but people have been very nice so far. But I think that was the hardest part for us, was like, okay, now we're kind of like starting over.
Reset. Yeah.
But
oh no, guys.
So well
It's
worth
great.
it.
I'm so happy you guys get along so well, because there's nothing worse than when there's like siblings that are super talented, like the Oasis brothers, the Gallagher brothers, or like the Black Crowes, and they end up hating each other's guts. And you're like, guys, like, give us the music, you know?
Yeah, we don't care if you get along or not. We just want the music.
Want the music, like,
Exactly. So you guys are like a breath of fresh air. So much talent, and like, you guys love each other. That's awesome.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
I think we do get along so well because we have like kind of the same goals, and we grew up the same way, but we have very different personalities, and we kind of complement each other. Also, like, within Tigirlily, we have our roles within the group. Like, she does lead vocal, I do like harmony, guitar, and we write all the songs together. So I feel like since we've defined our roles, that makes it a lot easier to get along.
We're super comfortable. Like, you love doing harmony and playing guitar.
Yeah, and we're comfortable with what we do.
I love singing. Like, we're very both comfortable with
our strengths.
What we do and our strengths. And like, I know I could not play guitar or do harmony as well as Krista. So I'm gonna let her do that and be the boss of that, and I'll stay over here and do my thing.
And it just makes the overall sound better. So I think that's a big reason why we get asked that constantly. Like, do you guys get along? Because we spend so much time together, obviously. I think we spend more time together than she does with her husband, honestly. Like, we're together all the time.
Probably.
Yeah. But I think we just think more of the pros of being together than, like, we argue every once in a while, but it's not like break up the band material.
That's great. That's great. And Kendra, that's good. Give him the gift of missing you, as they say. So you guys.
They can miss me a little bit,
Exactly. At the expense of your sister. Poor. But anyway. Let's talk a little bit about your music. I want to talk about your debut EP really quickly, Victory 2014, because it was such a raging success. I think you reached number 33 in the top country iTunes charts, number 4 in the Billboard, Heat Seekers charts. And Pretty Girls is such a gorgeous song. Then 2017, Wild Creatures comes along, and even more just keep rising, keep rising. How exciting was like this period for you guys when all this hard work from the pink guitar is starting to pay off and you start seeing tangible stuff?
Yeah, I love that, from the pink guitar. That's going to be something someday. Yeah, I love that. But I think it was just like, we always kind of were like, is this normal? Because this feels normal for us. Like, this is just what we do. This is what we love. And like, we're two kids from North Dakota. Like, we're charting on iTunes. We barely know how to work iTunes. Like, how is this happening? It was just a lot of, I feel like this whole journey, honestly, has been a lot of like, wait, this is not normal. This our life? Is this normal? Should this be happening? But we've just really tried to stay like super grateful along the way, I guess, and just know that this life that we get to live, even though it can be, mentally exhausting sometimes, and you're always like, oh, am I doing the right thing, or, staying on the right path? It's also like, we're getting to experience life in a way no one else will ever get to experience. And so I think as long as you kind of remind yourself of that, like, and we were all, you'll be okay and you'll keep going.
And I think those first two EPs, it was like we were really just discovering our sound and making trips to Nashville to go record those, and then like doing music videos and all that with our team up in North Dakota. So it was this whole thing of just being as creative as possible.
Yeah, and I honestly, like, if there would have been no response to any of the music, any of the EPs, any of the covers, like, I don't know if we would have continued, but seeing the way people responded to it, and seeing that like people are actually listening to the music, people are actually commenting, like people actually, enjoy this, was a huge boost in why we kind of kept going, I would say.
Moved to Nashville.
Yeah, and why we moved to Nashville was like, oh, we do have people who support what we do, and like we can do this. Like, it really gave us, confidence behind each transition to the next EP or to the next song, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So.
That's great. That's great, guys. So I want to ask you about, about Best in Me, writing with Natalie Hensby and all that. But do you guys want to sing a song, and then we'll talk a little more, and then maybe another one? Is that cool? Are you guys good on time?
Do you want?
Oh my God.
Do you want to do Best in Me?
We didn't practice Best in Me, but we can definitely do it. Let's do it.
Listen, if you guys can do random word generator, like you guys can do anything. Oh my God.
I'm not guaranteeing it's going to be perfect, but we will do it. I love this song, and then we can talk about it after. So this will be perfect.
Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is one of the latest songs we just released. It's called Best in Me, and yeah.
Woo. You like to smile when it's raining. You like to laugh when you're jaded. Hey. You don't complain when nothing goes your way. You got a way of loving what everyone's saying. Hey. You always keep me optimistic. My life was off and then you switched it. Hey. You parted all the clouds in my mind, and I can't believe I was a cynic. Hey. Good from the ground up, ba-da-da-da-da. Show me what good was. Hey, first class flying, 10-carat diamond, first time feeling all of the time. Like a daisy, kind of pretty, fade when you're with me, and happy without even trying. 'Cause you bring out the best in me. And you bring out the best in me, yeah, baby. Hey. Ooh. You painted colors that were faded. You turned okay into amazing, amazing. Your compliments pour like a waterfall, and I fall for everything that you're saying. Hey, good from the ground up, boom, ba-da-da-da-da. Show me what good was. Hey, first class flying, 10-carat diamond, first time feeling all of the time. Like a daisy, kind of pretty, fade away when you're with me. It's happy without even trying. 'Cause you bring out, you bring out, you bring out the best in me. You bring out, you bring out, you bring out the best in me, yeah, baby. You bring out the best in me. Oh yeah. Good ground up, show me what love was. Hey, you bring out, you bring out, you bring out the best in me. You bring out, you bring out, you bring out the best in me. Come on, you bring out, you bring out, you bring out the best in me. You bring out, you bring out, you bring out the best in me. Yeah, baby, you really do. Come on now.
Unbelievable. What a song. You guys must be dying to play that live.
Oh, it's so fun.
Oh
It's
my
one of
God.
the most fun ones to play live, I
It
think.
really is.
People are gonna, that's what a great song, guys. You guys sound amazing. Unbelievable lyrics. So you wrote that with Natalie Hemby and Gwen Sebastian, right?
Yes. It was
Oh.
our very first write. I don't know
Natalie.
if your listeners are familiar, but Natalie Hemby is like one of the biggest songwriters
Oh, yeah.
in Nashville. She just had a couple cuts on the A Star
Stars
Is Born
Born
soundtrack. She writes everything from country to pop. She does
Miranda
everything.
Lambert, Little Big Town.
Yeah.
You know all of her songs.
So we were-
Tigirlily.
Yeah, Tigirlily.
Yeah.
We were a little nervous going into our write with her, and she was so kind, made us feel very like welcome and
Yeah.
comfortable. And we came in with the idea we kind of had like the first couple lines written, and she's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool."
Yeah, we had you like to smile when it's raining, like to laugh
Yeah.
when it's raining. And she was like, ooh, let's write
That's
that.
interesting.
Let's do that. Let's write that. And going in we're honestly more starstruck by writers a lot of times. Like we have a few artists who were like, we would definitely cry if we met, but we're almost a little more nervous around like huge songwriters, because you want their
Right.
respect and you want them to like think super highly of you. So whenever we get into a room with someone who's had that much success as a writer, it's like, okay,
Intimidating, right?
it's a little intimidating, but we always after the write are like, why did we stress out so much? It went great. And you just bring your best to the table and be like, this is what we got. Hope
I
you
love
like
it.
it.
I love So Krista, how do those writing sessions begin? Like tell my non-artistic audience, like you get into a room with like Natalie Hemby or whatever, and like what? Like they start talking about like ideas. What are you trying to accomplish? Like how does the process work?
Yeah, especially so we didn't know Natalie beforehand, so you kind of get into the room and first you kind of like introduce yourselves and kind of tell them like what your vibe is, a little bit about your story, so they can know like what to write for you.
Yeah.
Because Natalie's obviously a great songwriter, and her job is to like help write us a song that's very Tigirlily and that we would like as artists. But then we basically go around, and each writer will kind of say some like titles, because I have like in my phone a list of titles or ideas or little voice memos that I'm like, I don't know what this is yet, but it would be cool to write. So each songwriter throws out a bunch of ideas, and there's usually like one or two that everyone agrees that they want to write for that day. So when we started singing that, you like to smile when it's raining, both Natalie and Gwen turned around and said, oh, that's interesting. It's kind of like a fresh breath of air as far as music. You don't hear a lot of that style right now. But it was super easy to write too. We got in and out. A normal writing session is probably about anywhere from 3 to 4 hours, and we finished that whole song probably in 3 hours. But yeah, it's very weird for like non-writer artist people. They're like, what do you do when you go in to write a song? And I'm just like, you throw around a bunch of ideas, and maybe sometimes Kendra and I will be like, we need an upbeat song or a sad song today.
Right.
But as you develop relationships with your writer friends, we have certain people who we really love to write with. It's easier to write.
Yeah, like this afternoon before this interview, we had a write, and you just you share everything with these writer friends, so you just end up becoming friends with them, and,
That
you
makes sense,
basically
yeah.
Pour my heart out.
yeah. So
Right.
we, we in our write today, before we even started writing, I think we talked for an hour about politics, boys. Like it's just all the things that are going on in the world. We're like,
Yeah.
we're just friends, and we just talk about stuff that's going on in the world, or personally, or it's like, and it's when you kind of break that barrier with your writing friends, it's easier to write then too, because it's like, oh well, let's like
This is be more real.
this is on our mind today.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Let's just write this. Like this is something we're actually going through, or the world is maybe a sad place today, or maybe it's a really happy place today, and we want to we want to write about that. And so,
and I think we've gotten really good about knowing what we as artists would say and would like. Like today, it took a while to get the idea right, but once we got the idea right, then we sailed through.
Oh my God, you guys are amazing. You guys are being so generous with your time. Before you play another song, I want to ask you about giving back, because Tigirlily, I mean, you guys are all about, you guys have such great vibes, and just giving back and is a big part of your mantra, whether it's with the American Patriot Plagues for their support of soldiers and veterans, or the Food Bank of North Dakota. Can you just tell us a little bit about, why this is so important to you, and why, you encourage your fans to do it and all that beautiful thing?
Yeah, I mean, I just think at the root of it all, even if we didn't do music as a career, it's something that everyone from all walks of life can connect to, and it's kind of our gift that we can use to give back, to help people, and we really feel like that's kind of at the end of it all, that's really what matters, is that either our songs are making a difference in someone's life, and we're able to give back. And we do this thing it's called Musicians on Call, where we go around to hospital rooms and we share music with patients in the hospital.
So nice. Yeah.
Whether it's children's hospital or whatever hospital is that day, but just stuff like that. It's like when you go into a room and you sing to a patient, a child who's going through cancer or things like that, you're like, does anything else really matter? It if I can help heal through music, which is the gift I have best, why wouldn't I use that for something that good? It just to me, it doesn't make sense another way.
And they're so inspiring, those kids, right? Because I a few years ago, I volunteered at Miami Children's Hospital as well. And sometimes, you go there and you think they're going to have this dour mood, and they are more positive, more uplifting than anybody that's healthy.
It changes you. You're like, oh, I got out of there, and I'm changed from that.
Yeah.
That was more maybe healing for me than it was for them.
It's whatever, even small daily problems you're facing, it's it just kind of gives you a perspective that these kids are going through the hardest times of their lives, and they still have a smile on. A lot of them have smiles on their faces, and they're so appreciative of getting a couple songs in a hospital room. This is the least I can do. This is the least I can do is play a couple songs. This is not enough, but we just definitely feel it's very important to give back with what we've been blessed with. So
that has a lot to do with probably our parents and the way we were raised too. I would credit a lot of that to them. And our dad works in the medical field, and so anything to do with that and giving back there, that makes him a happy dad too. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautifully said. You guys want to play one more song?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Great.
Let's do, this is called Unravel. We released this at the beginning of the year, actually. And we filmed a video to this on the top of our roof during quarantine because our video plans obviously had to be shifted because of everything going on in the world. Which just shows you can be creative from wherever, even your kitchen or your roof of your house.
Beautiful kitchen, by the way. Whoever's decorating and doing the whole thing.
Oh,
style. Yeah. I see the photos.
Yeah.
They're well picked. You got a little bit of everything, friends, marriage, the whole thing. It's well balanced.
Yep.
Only certain pictures make the fridge.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It's a big, tough cut. Yeah.
Well, thanks for having us again, and we'll
of course
with Unravel, but we appreciate it so much.
Absolutely.
So hopefully, we'll get to visit in person someday.
Someday, yeah. Hope so.
All right, ready? I know
to hear your first name, and I know you had your first kiss in ninth grade. Those blue eyes came from your mom. You like singing the wrong words, and you like wearing that same shirt, and you were taught just like your dad. But I need more than that. So tell me all your little secrets. Get beneath your surface on and on. You know you better know you. Being honest ain't a sign of weakness. So just let the deepest part of your soul unravel. Tell me what you're scared of, and tell me what you've always dreamed of. What you say when you talk to God. Oh, let me in that place and tell me all your little secrets. Get beneath your surface on and on. You better know you. Being honest ain't a sign of weakness. So just let the deepest part of your soul unravel. Know you. Oh, the good and bad, all those hidden places, the happy, the sad, all your secret faces. I wanna know that part of you that made it true. So tell me all your little secrets. Get beneath your surface. You better know you. Being honest ain't a sign of weakness. So just let the deepest part of your soul. So just let the deepest part of your soul unravel. I just wanna know all your little secrets.
There are no words, guys. There are no words. Thank you guys so much. Honored. Kendra, Krista, to the Country Music Hall of Fame, Country Music Awards, and beyond manifestation.
Thank you.
so much for having us.
I love that. Well, we'll hopefully have you there at the awards or the Hall of Fame, in the next few
Fantastic.
years.
Absolutely. Take care, guys. Thank you so
so
much.
much. Thank
Have a
you.
great rest of your day.